Good afternoon, race fans, and welcome here to race number 4 of the first season of the NASCAR M&M's Cup Series here at the Auto Club Speedway in Southern California, which is soon to be no longer on the NASCAR world, but we're still coming here to Southern Cal for some Auto Club racing for 25 laps of racing, nevertheless. And it's going to be interesting to see how these 2025 Xfinity cars go because we've never raced here with the cars we have right now. So it's going to be interesting to see what will today's today's race will be here in this race. It is the Roseanne 300 as Larry Hoyt starts on the pole position for today's race. Larry Hoyt in the number 31 machine for Jordan Anderson Racing comes in this race. Jumped up 6 spots up to sixth in the points. We'll see how he does here in this race. He is alongside of the 21 machine. As I go back to my list, that would be Ellie Rose. Ellie Rose, on the other hand, has had a bad finish last week, dropped 2 spots down to 16th in the points table. So we'll see if she can have a bounce back result here today. Tori Gossett, dead last in points of the 41 drivers that are battling for the championship, or of the full of everybody who's made every race this season. She is 41st in the standings, and Cole Koibe in the number 44 jumped up 3 spots up to 38th position in the points. As you look at the rest of the starting lineup for today's race here at Auto Clubs, get these cars moving. 25 laps of racing coming your way here at Auto Club. And nobody has had any issues, so that is good news there. Here's the points coming into this race. Sylvia Cunningham is the points leader by 5 points over R Atikian. J Bracken jumped up 6 spots to third in the standings. Bush Clements is fourth, jumped up 4 spots in the standings. Rogel Dorn is fifth, jumped up 2 spots after a good result last week. Larry Hoyt is sixth in the standings. Aaron Crowder is seventh. Dylan Cunningham, Connor Breton, and Christopher Bright completed the top 10. That was not what I want you to do, you stupid phone. Isley. Okay. Jeremy Isley. Thank you to Jeremy for telling me how to say his name correctly because, like I said, I'm still trying to learn you guys' names. I'm sorry if I'm butchering it up. So, Jeremy Isley fell out of the top 10 of the points. We'll see if he can turn it around here at Auto Club Speedway. Getting ready for 25 laps of racing. And the Roseanne 300 is underway here at Auto Club Speedway. Let's go racing, drivers. Everybody took the start, so we are not going to have any issues. Isley. Thank you for my phone for helping me try to remember that name. Shane Scott, our winner from Auto Club, going by Tori Gossett. And Larry Hoyt will lead the first lap here at Auto Club Speedway. Checking the back of the field here, Connor Breton. That's Cody Smart, Jacob Foster, Zachy Panini, Harold Fashqual. There's Dylan Ebrahimian, Antoine De Silva, Jake Brentley back here at the rear of the field. As Larry Hoyt leads, Shane Scott now in second. There's Casey Hoyt in third, teammate to his brother Larry. Tori Gossett and Ellie Rose, your top 5. Here's the 92 machine of Tyson Aquino, or Quino. I think it's Aquino. Or Quino. I don't know how he's pronounced it. Austin Lagrange in the 74, having a good start to this race. There's Quentin Moore, Q-Man. Quentin Moore jumped up 6 spots to 26 in the points. As the Hoyt brothers, Larry leading Casey. And it's a Jordan Anderson Racing 1-2 in the process. Back here, Dylan Cunningham, Skylar Taylor. Muhammad Zain in the 19 back here at the rear of the field. Muhammad Zain jumped up 4 spots to 34th in the points. There's baby CJ. He came in race 3rd in points. Where's the guy that was trying to run down? There's R Atikian 20th. The gal that R Atikian is trying to run down for the points lead, that is that would be Sylvia Cunningham, is right there. Last time by scored in the 17th position. Monica Towns running her 2nd race of the season for Legacy Motor Club. This is a Oreo Cup Series team. Of course, Monica Towns not running full-time in the Oreo Cup Series. Wanted to come down here in the M&M's Cup Series to run the rest of the season. Would make sense. There's Maxie Chilton, Ellie Rose, Jeremy Isley, make sure my phone can tell me if I said it correctly or not. Hold on. And my phone is being stupid at this point. Hold on.
Isley.
Oh, it's Isley. I'm sorry. Jeremy Isley. I keep mispronouncing. He's reminded me to pronounce it correctly. Isley. There we go. I'll get the hang of it, Jeremy. Again, I'm sorry. Between having to commentate the Red Bull GT series, this series, and all that, yada yada yada. So Jeremy Isley. I'll get the hang of it. There's Evelyn Marsh in the 27 machine. That is the teammate to the Hoyt brothers. Isley, okay. There we go. Jeremy Isley. I'll get the hang of it. It's just gonna take me a couple of races to get to used to it. Larry Hoyt is the leader. Isley fell outside the top 10, dropped 7 spots down to 11th in the points, former winner this season. D Ebrahimian, last week's winner at Phoenix, jumped up 16 spots up to 13th in the points. Shane Scott dropped 5 spots down to 23rd position in the points. So there's Zachary Fitzwater in the 39 machine. As I'm recording this, we are on the eve of the return of the Craftsman Cars Series, or the Cup Series is what it's now called, also known as the CCS. Of course, I'm going to be taking part in it. Same with Fitzwater, Nathan Hudson, who used to be on my channel. Going to be a fun time. Be back in a series that is run by our very good friend Sean Galligan, or Yoshi. And yes, we want eggs for Sean Galligan, but it's fun to see that series come back, if you ask me. Yoshi. Larry Hoy, in fact, Jordan Anderson Racing looking for their first win on the season. They did not go to victory lane, even though they were in a partnership with D DeVoyles Racing in the final season of the Buffalo Wild Wings series back in 2023. That was when I had... I'm trying to remember who I had in that series. And it was on this mod, by the way. Or actually, no, I take that back. Kaylee Rankin drove this car, if I recall correctly. Yeah, Kaylee Rankin drove this car, and this car never found victory lane, now that I realize it. DVR was in the truck series, the Coca-Cola truck series. Evelyn Marsh. There's been some talks that we could get Evelyn Marsh a Oreo Cup Series ride in the works. That's always going to be in the works, knowing that's going to be the truth. Quentin Moore in the 28 machine. His teammate Zachary Fitzwater on the inside. Quentin Moore has made the playoffs. Oh, Cody and Senor in a VC. Anyway, Quentin Moore, currently in the Oreo Cup Series, driving the number 30. I think he's driving the 30. Yeah, 34. And he's a former winner in the Oreo Cup Series. Of course, he will be back with Front Row Motorsports for 2026. Zachary Fitzwater will be back with Legacy Motor Club beginning next season. It'd be interesting to see how that will play out. Of course, none of my drivers are in this series because I'm not going to R-word or fix the series, so I'm just doing this as a better safe than sorry. Of course, that'll be a different story in the Red Bull GT series. And I'm amazed we've gone into a long green flag run. We're looking at the 45 of So I need to go back to my list here. Go back to the M&M's roster. That's you'd see a seal. A seal gained 7 spots up to 32nd in points, so not the runs they were looking for. Josh Harmon, not the run he was hoping for. Connor Breton, Bushy Clements. There's Skylar Taylor at the rear of the field. And Zachary Fitzwater back to the lead, going to take the lead. Austin Lagrange. Currently in the third position. That's a very good run for Mike Carmen Racing. Aaron Crowder in the 48. We didn't have funny thing is, this 48 car in the Buffalo Wild Wings series made 0 races in the final ever season. There's been some discussions. I may, and don't say this is confirmed or not, but I may bring back the Coca-Cola Truck Series, Buffalo Wild Wings series, and then I got to figure out what I'm going to have for the Cup Series because I cannot use. Actually, I may bring back the Foster Series for one final season. Yes, I know it'll be under the PC. It'll have the PCS Ray logo. To be fair, I would like to have one more Foster Series season. And we're using the 2024 cars. And yes, we're going to have go or go home qualifying. All the details will be announced at a later date. But I would like to bring back the Foster Series for one last season before it goes extinct. I know some people will criticize me and all that, but you know what? I don't care at this point. I've already told Cody I was going to bring it back for one more season, the Foster Series, because it's dear to my heart. It deserves another opportunity. Maybe have a Buffalo Wild Wings series. Maybe have a truck series. Bring back the 3 series I have fallen in love with. Will it have playoffs? More than likely a 50-50, if you know what I mean. As we're down to 3 laps to go in this race. But more than likely, the Foster Series season will be after. I think after season number 4 of the Red Bull GT series is done. And as a little reminder for anyone asking, I'm almost halfway through that season, believe it or not. I'm already at the midway point of the season for the Red Bull GT series of season 4, if anyone's asking. So I've been making progress and getting races ahead of time. As Larry Hoyt takes the lead, and look who pops up out of nowhere. Lauren Eckstrom for Colleague Racing as she's looking to the inside. Coming to the white flag, may I remind you. One more lap to go, sponsored by Credit One Bank. Don't count out the former Buffalo Wild Wings Series champ, Monica Towns. If I do bring back the Buffalo Wild Wings Series, keyword if, Monica Towns would be the defending champion of that series. Keep that in mind. But we'll wait and see on that one. That's just rumors, by the way. As here comes the runner-up from the now retired Monster Energy Series, Lauren Eckstrom is going to win the Roseanne 300 here today at Auto Club. First win on the season for Kaulig Racing. And I do not remember if Kaulig Racing went to victory lane in the last 650 series I did. That would be the Buffalo Wild Wings series. If it isn't, it's their first ever win, believe it or not. Standings are official. Larry Hoyt will get second. Zachary Fitzwater third. His teammate Quentin Moore gets fourth, with Monica Townsend fifth. And like I said, if we do bring back the Buffalo Wild Wings series, this lady right here would be the defending champion of that series. As that was perfect timing because I was already done with the recording. So yeah, Tyson Aquino gets sixth. Austin Lagrange gets seventh. Ayrton De Silva gets eighth. Ninth is Aaron Crowder, and 10th Rogel Dorn. These two were inside the top 10 the points, believe it or not. So good runs for them. Zachy Panini, Christopher Bright, Evelyn Marsh, Casey Hoyt, and Lucian Bianchi will complete your top 15 as you look on down to the remainder of the finishing results. A lot of drivers who were running well in points are going to really take some hits in the standings here. R Atikian came home in 20th. He was second in points. The gal he was trying to run down for the points lead, Sylvia Cunningham, came home in 26th. Ellie Rose finishes in last. The good news is everybody was on track. Everybody finished on the lead lap in a caution-free race. Nobody was a lap down. Nobody finished out of the race, but tough break for a lot of names. You really didn't need poor finishes, and this is really going to shake up the points again. And Lauren Eckstrom, who came into this race in the, if I can find her in points, dropped 17 spots to 28. This will definitely help her. So the question is for Lauren Eckstrom, could the former runner-up to Jacob Tutu in the Munster Energy Series from 2023 have a redemption season of winning a championship? Only time will tell. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's race from Auto Club Speedway. If you did, be sure to give this video a like, subscribe to become part of the World Racing Association crew today. This copyrighted broadcast is presented by the authority of the World Racing Association and the Blue Hedgehog TV for the private use of our audience. Any reproduction or rebroadcast or retransmission or any other disseminations or the use of this broadcast without the express written consent of the World Racing Association, the Blue Hedgehog TV, is prohibited. Blue Hedgehog TV want to thank you fans for your support and hope you enjoyed today's broadcast. We've shown your full finisher results. Your point standings are down in the description heading into next week's race, which next week, as I go back to the Discord, as I need to find the next week, we head to the East Coast. We're heading to a track that's back in real life NASCAR, Rockingham, North Carolina at the North Carolina Speedway. Hope you'll tune in for that. Should be a lot of good fun racing over there. We'll see you guys over there at Rockingham. Until then, I'm D Gitirokh signing off as you've been watching another broadcast courtesy of the World Racing Association, the greatest racing since 2013. Congratulations to Lauren Eckstrom, and take care, everybody.